Red Lodge, baby.
Red Lodge, baby. You ready?
Are you ready?
All right, everyone. We are back with the final buckle show of the season, Red Lodge, Montana. We went, we experienced, it was incredible. Emma, what'd you think? What were your expectations for Red Lodge?
I had open expectations. In my first year in skijor, and you in your 3-4 years in skijor, we've heard lots of Red Lodge lore, and it has this almost mythical quality to it, and the things that you hear, and it definitely delivered. It was awesome.
Yeah,
we love Red Lodge.
Loved the shirts. Loved Red Lodge. Yeah, had to do this podcast in our matching shirts, obviously. But yeah, just like the drive up there felt special. Like, driving through Wyoming is an event in and of itself.
Makes for a long day.
It was
a lot of sagebrush.
55 to 65 mile an hour crosswinds.
Oh my God, yeah.
It was wonderful. But yeah, I mean, in the 3 or 4 years, like you've been saying, I've heard so much about it in the Red Lodge, and I feel like Red Lodge established the northern races as far as skijoring went, and it's just been going on for so long. We did a full podcast when we showed up with Monica and Kristen, the organizers now, and they really shed an awesome bright light into the history where the race is at now. It's a super colorful episode. So if you want to check that out, it's the Red Lodge pregame show we did with those two. But yeah, I think it exceeded all my expectations.
Yeah, everything about it. You know, the race was really cool. We've heard some really amazing things about the track, and that definitely did not disappoint.
Nope.
There's a lot to that, which we'll talk about later. But, you know, the organizers were awesome. The town was really cool.
Town was sweet.
Like a super cool little town. It was kind of one of those towns that felt like it was almost stuck in time without being run down. You know, like the buildings still had a lot of character to them, but it wasn't too touristy either. It was just such an awesome, sweet spot of a town.
Yep.
And yeah, I loved it.
And then where the race was cool. Like I didn't realize, like, you drive up this hill out of town, so it's just like you're looking down onto the town, not that high, like 100 feet, but the race is on just like this little plateau mesa thing. It was just so sweet.
It was really cool, and especially day 2 when, well, you know, like it really cleared up and we got awesome views all around. I loved it. It was gorgeous. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely expectations were high. I would say overall the weekend exceeded expectations. I was thrilled and honored to be invited up there by Kristen and Monica, and I would be stoked to go back next year.
Yeah, just to plug our previous episode, I was so excited that we got to have that conversation. We wanted to do that so I met Monica in Driggs, and in the start gate got to talk to her quite a bit about, you know, all their history and stuff. And I remember on the way home from Driggs, I was like, that was so cool. We have to talk to them.
Yeah, you really spearheaded that episode. Like, I was definitely going to ask Kristen, can I come to your race? Like, why haven't I been there?
Yeah, right.
And she was like, I don't know. Why haven't you been there? And you were then pushing, like, oh no, like, you have to talk to them. Like, we have to get them on the podcast.
Yeah, the race had such a cool story.
Yeah.
I know you heard this compliment already from other people, but I think it was like one of our best episodes. It was so great.
Yeah.
But the race has such cool history, and there's a lot of cool strategy that goes into the track, and just there's just a lot to it, a lot of community around it specific to Montana.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Love Red Lodge.
Love Red Lodge. Yeah. So getting into it, day 1, a hectic day. It started off cold. It was actually maybe the only cold race this season. It's like winter.
It was the only time I needed hand warmers.
Yeah, even the second sunny day was still cold. But yeah, day 1, I mean, I don't know what you thought when you showed up to the track for the first time, and I've always heard the horseshoe shape. Holy smokes. I mean, the start gate and the finish line are on the same plane, and it just goes around in this tight horseshoe, and you fully get the sense of like, oh, you have to ride your horse here. This is like, it's probably the hardest track to ride, I would say.
Yeah, riders were really doing more than their 5% out there.
And it comes full circle right at the end of the season. Yeah. This is not a straight track.
Yeah. It's a track that requires strategy from every member of the team. All three.
Absolutely.
But riders are really doing their part. Because like you said, it's so cool to watch. But like you come out of the start gate and you want to come out fast, but then there's a corner you have to go around and you don't want to, like lose your wheels on that corner, but then it strains out a little bit, but then there's another corner.
Yeah.
But then you really want to pick up speed coming through the back, like it really requires riders to ride.
Yeah. Turn 1 and 2, iconic. Like as far as turns go on racetracks and skijor tracks,
so cool.
We have Coffin Corner in Pagosa. That's like a named turn. And then in Red Lodge, they referred to them all day, turn 1, turn 2. And it's in the videos, you can see it so beautifully, like people checking up for the turn and then just letting it all go for the finish line. And skiers are on the outside of the horse the whole time.
Totally. And it is this added, as you're going around turn 1 and turn 2, you don't want to cut the corner too much or too little. 1, for your horse, but 2, it's really going to define where your skier is able to get to.
Oh, some of these skiers that were on the knot, like being on the knot is just the worst anyway. But some of these skiers on the knot coming into turn 1 and the rider like cuts that corner a little bit too much. Full on slingshot. Just like, I can't wait to see some of these POVs of the skiers. And Colin Cook, I mean, he brought it up with us. He's like, when they're cutting the corner because you're just feeling like, and he was actually really funny in the start gate. But yeah, it was so fun to watch, especially for like us as skijor nerds and people who really appreciate the teamwork that goes into it. Like it was just, I could have watched it all day.
We did watch it all day.
Yeah, we were filming all day too, though. This was the first time you had a camera in your hands. We put a camera in Emma's hands, everyone. How was that?
So much fun.
You got to film.
Yeah.
Officially.
It was a lot of fun.
And some of your clips made the official highlight reel.
How many?
Well, I don't know. I know you were counting.
Day 1, I believe it's 5.
5?
5 clips.
What? You said 4.
I know, but then I went back and counted like 4 more times.
I would love to see the disputed clip.
Okay, well, it's either 5 or 6 because there's one in there that I can't remember which one of us shot.
Okay.
And then day 2, 7 clips.
Damn.
I basically make the reels at this point.
And you were shooting all the Startgate stuff.
Yeah, I was exclusively in the Startgate, having an absolute blast.
Any takeaways from filming for the first time?
Cameras, man. There's a lot of buttons. Oh my goodness. Multiple times, probably like every hour, I would hit a button, not know what I had done, and then have to cross like the entire arena to have Josh put it back and fix it, and then go back to my position.
And then how did it go? So her first, I let you try to pan with the skier.
Oh my god!
And I wanna get your input on what that's like as someone who's never used the camera.
It was just really fast. So what he means by pan is Josh uses a camera on a tripod, and that's how he gets the shots of the horses running or the skiers skiing. Is you follow them. I lost them immediately. I was like, oh my god, where did they go?
It's harder than you think.
Oh my god. Yeah. Well, and also, you're trying to keep them within this little box, and it was wildly overwhelming. I was like, I'm out on this.
Yeah, but then you went and had fun in the Stargate.
Yeah, because I had handheld, and we got up close and personal.
Yep.
Yep.
With all the characters in the Stargate.
It was so much fun.
Which is really the best place to be at any skijor event. I love the Stargate.
Well, it was fun for me too because it was low pressure. It was like, okay, if we get something good out of this, it's a bonus. But you were the one really shooting, and I was just hanging out in the Stargate.
Yeah. And it's just fun to have a job in the Stargate, and
yeah, I loved it.
I don't know, talk to everybody. You and Ty were hamming it up day 2, I think.
Yeah, Ty's always fun to talk to because he
He's
likes
the
to hang
best.
out on the start gate too. Like
Yeah.
obviously he's competing.
And
but
he's a nerd too. He's big time.
Yeah,
Been
just
in
like
for
a
so
really
many years.
nice, fun guy too.
Yeah.
So it was great. Yeah.
Love it. So day one, first impressions were insane. I was just like blown away by the track and so excited to see the faster teams navigate it and what they were going to talk about and how they were going to do. And the weather started to go bananas. Day one.
So we showed up. It was kind of overcast, and which was great because I got my first view. We showed up right as I think it was novice was beginning.
Yeah.
So we were standing there, like getting our media passes right in the kind of middle of the arena, talking to Kristen, watching this first team go all the way around, which was so cool. But then from there, like as the classes went on, the weather was bananas. So we started getting snow squalls, and then the sun would come out and, some more snow squalls, and weather was really moving in. And by the end of the day, we were essentially in a whiteout.
It was the fog. When the fog rolled in, I was just like, that was the most insane thing I'd seen during a skijor race.
Yeah, every 10 minutes it was changing.
Yeah, and then by the end, so we got the novice division, we had the pro, the open, and then the snowboard.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
And then we had to shut it down
halfway
for the
through the sport division. Yeah. Which turned the sport into a jackpot. For
right. So they unfortunately had to scratch all those times from day one and made it a jackpot day two. But the speed in which that.
Oh, it's so fast. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were all just like, we can make this work. We can make this work. And then it was just like, we can't make this work.
Snowing into your eyeballs.
The horses couldn't see.
We couldn't see.
The riders couldn't see. Like nobody could see anything. They couldn't call gates. It was to a point where for the safety of everyone, it was, it
just made the most sense to shut it down.
And they had gotten the way the divisions were is a bit unique. And they set it up as a pro division, which is strictly like you really have to be a long time competitor to have been competing in that division.
That's the elite division.
Elites. Dennis Alverson, Richard Weber, Josh Abbott, Colin Cook. I'm Ty Free. Dylan Free was a rider, and we'll talk about her in a second. But I mean, you're going up against the best of the best of the best. And then you had the open division, which was, the upper half of the sport division at most races. And then you had
the bottom half of the open division,
or the bottom half of the open, depending how you look at it. And then you had the sport division, which was a true sport division.
And they had a novice division as well.
So wildly competitive, and they got the pro and the open, the snowboard off, so that was good.
Yeah.
And then the sport was just like, oh my God.
It was crazy. Well, and then that storm did, we can talk about this later, but the storm did continue into the night. It was our first, one of our first real storms we experienced this winter.
Yeah, maybe the only storm.
Yeah.
Drove home on windy, snowy roads is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Probably dumped 1.5 feet at the hotel.
I'd say a foot.
Well,
8 to 12
I'm
inches.
Short, so always feels like a little bit more on me,
Knee high on this guy.
Dude, I would have needed a snorkel to ski in it.
Okay, relax.
It's the benefit of being short. How deep is it out there?
Every day's a powder day, baby.
This deep. Oh my God. Yeah, it's all friends are like 6 inches. Anyway, so that's the one result we want to talk about day one.
Yeah.
Is Dylan Free.
In the pro division on Snowman.
And who is her skier?
Foster Kennedy.
Foster Kennedy. I've never heard of him.
Who is a Montana legend we learned this weekend. So that was another cool thing we could mention is that we think we know the Montana people because we know the Montana people that do the circuit, but these were the Montana people.
They're like some tried and true Montana dudes.
Yeah, some people who have been winning Red Lodge for a decade that we've never met.
Their names are on the trophy 10 times. You're like,
who's this guy? Yeah. But Foster Kennedy was one of these kind of legendary Montana skiers. And he was awesome. He was also really fun to talk about because he had a different perspective on the history that we've been chasing all year.
Oh, interesting. I'll put you on that and we'll get him on the podcast. But the more I'm in this sport, the more I realize we have to talk to these OG skiers, the skier specifically.
Yeah, definitely.
They just seem to have the most insane memory of it all. And they really, I don't know, they just have such a great perspective of it.
Yeah, they have almost this like evergreen quality to them where like, you know, the skiers are just kind of like always in the start gate, man.
That's actually a perfect way to put it. Always in the start gate. Yeah. So
it's like pick a horse, any horse.
Oh gosh. Yeah. It was talking to some of those guys was really fun. But to watch Dylan Free, so this race day one was so tight in the pro. The timing had to go to the 1,000th of a second because everyone was tight. It was so close. And Dylan Free ended up winning that day by 2/1000ths of a second?
Yes, something like that. It was in the thousands, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Just barely. But I think she was the only female rider?
No, there were a couple others, but she was
scratch that.
by far
the youngest competitor by a mile.
Yeah.
And I'd never heard of this skier. I know he's a legend, but like as far as these new school skiers go and the people we follow, he had never been heard. And Snowman has raced in the open, and I've seen that horse run. And to lay down a top time there, she had to ride it perfectly.
Yeah.
And her skier had to ski it perfectly. Because you watch Colin ride it, and it's just like the amount of rope these guys can eat at Red Lodge is insane. Because it's a 50-foot rope.
Right.
And I don't think I realized before I went there.
Yeah, not
50 foot.
Yeah.
Which made shooting the outside of the track terrifying. Because if you were on the
They've
turn.
got a lot of swing there.
Yeah. If you were on the turn and it was a really good skier who was climbing, that rope would come. It went over my head once, and I was like, well, I'm out.
You did have a lot of really cool clips. I believe it was around turn 1 where skiers were coming, and it was like this scorpion tail behind them of the rope kind of like peeling up and over.
So much rope.
Yeah.
Incredible. But huge shout out to Dylan. Like to do that.
We were super excited to see that. We love the freeze, and Dylan did an amazing job, and especially to be, you know, like a female rider in a largely male division. Yeah, Melissa Ostrander and Kristen Beck were also female riders in there. But yeah, for a high schooler to come and just kick everyone's butt is like, get it, girl.
Insane. And
we love it.
Yeah, that was just so much fun to watch, and it was cool knowing they were gonna have to go to the 1,000th because they ended the day, and you were just like, who knows? Yeah. And then we got to Calcutta. It was like, oh my God.
So cool.
Dylan Free did it.
Yeah.
That's insane. So big shout out to her.
Yeah. Great job.
Anything else day one?
No.
Cool bars in town. Yeah. Calcutta.
Yep.
The stage was like 12 feet off the ground.
What was that place called? It was the Snow something. Whatever.
Never. I couldn't tell you. I was exhausted. But yeah. And then, so day 2. Obviously, we're going to go over the overall results here in a second, but you come into day 2 of a skijor race, and it's always the expectations now. Like, you know where the times line up for day 1, so it's like, wow, can Dylan do it? Like, it takes 2. It takes an aggregate time. You know how much teams went for at the Calcutta, so you can kind of see where people have faith and who don't have faith, and I love going into day 2 and seeing what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's also fun because you've had day 1 to, you know, to watch the track, to watch the riders, to watch the skiers, see like who's having trouble, what parts of the track are, you know, like tripping people up. It's just, yeah. It's really fun to see how people adjust for day 2.
Totally. And yeah, if it's, you know, it's either like the send it or don't send it mentality, and who's just gonna like bite that bullet and charge through the whole track and hope it works.
Totally.
The snowstorm delivered a ton of snow, and a ton of work needed to be done to the track before race. There was a little bit of a delay. Another huge example of skijor communities coming together. So many people out there scraping off the snow. Yeah.
This was just such a cool community in Red Lodge and I guess Montana at large. But, you know, like the organizers just had so many friends and volunteers out there helping them. So they did, they scraped off the track. So the horse track at Red Lodge is a sand track, which I also think was the right call as opposed to trying to groom the fresh snow and make something out of that.
No, certainly not.
But yeah, so we went in we went in to day 2 with at least the scenery looking a lot prettier.
Yeah. It looked like winter.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Snow
and
on the
again,
mountains.
there's all the mountains all surrounding, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, that track, it got really cold overnight too. So the track it was hard to begin with, and then the sun came out, softened it up a little, but it was it was definitely a very
and then we
solidly
experienced the legendary Red Lodge mud.
Yep.
Which I think is sick. Filming it.
Yeah.
All that mud flying off.
Hey,
I'm
me
like,
too, man. Josh is mad at me because I got mud all over his camera, but he told me to get close, and I got close.
This girl used the camera, let me tell you. I'm impressed, honestly.
Another funny thing about filming was, obviously day 1, I've used cameras before, but not like the cameras. Yeah. And so I'm like, well, I don't know really what's going on. And I cut off the feet of almost everyone in the shot. But there's, feet and feet of just sky above their heads. And he says, okay, day 2, you need to be close.
Yeah.
So
we'll just cut out the 9 feet of headspace.
So day 2, I was close, but in doing so, I more or less cut everyone's head off.
Unbelievable. We just couldn't win with this girl with the camera in her ass. That's not true because we used a ton of your footage for the reels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were some diamonds in the rough there.
There's a lot going on. My favorite moment, oh my gosh, we didn't talk about this, is when Dylan and Snowman were in the start gate and Snowman was rearing up, and we have a shot of this.
So I was following them in.
Yeah.
For a while I was getting the shot where you follow them in and you kind of get the handoff of the rope and whatever. So I was following them, and then Snowman decided he wasn't ready yet. He reared and turned. And I was right there.
So Emma has a legendary shot of Snowman just
here
in her face. And then so
Josh
her
didn't
camera,
believe me until he saw the footage.
I really didn't. And then so her camera just turns and runs away.
I scampered out of there.
And then I didn't know if I had gotten it or not, but I did get it. So we have a second angle of you
of me running out,
dipping out of there. And just I will have to post that.
And then so I kept shooting, and then you see Dylan go, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Dylan, we are in your way.
That's what I said. I was like, no, please. I was not supposed to.
I've had that happen before where riders are like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's I'm out here pushing the limit on.
I'm here messing around.
Yeah, on the angle. So you're totally fine. Anyway, I thought that was really fun.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Love that.
Totally forgot that. So day 2, let's go over results. Or do you want to talk about something before that?
Are we talking about day results?
Overall results. Day 2.
Oh.
Did we skip ahead?
No, I just didn't realize that we were just...
What do we got? Track prep. Everyone came together. What else? Oh yeah, I guess you want to talk about the hold for coughing.
Okay, we're gonna have to hold for that entire whole thing.
We're not editing any of this.
Are you serious?
You better get back into it right now. Oh my gosh. Emma was a little sick this weekend, folks.
A little. I was on my deathbed.
She rallied every day.
You almost lost me. You almost never got those 7. You almost never got those 12 clips this weekend from me.
Emma was very sick, rallied very hard for both days in the storms with the camera, doing work out there, almost getting trampled by horses.
Fighting for my life.
Fighting for her life. And here we are at the tail end of it, still coughing.
Still coughing.
But yeah. So day 2 at a skijor race, the idea is, you want, and this is different. People argue about this, but I can take a little bit of a stand on it. But what I like to see is about day 1, 50% of your races, I think, should be dirty. I think there should be misgates. I think it should be that hard. I'm sorry. No, I should flip it. Day 1 is all clean. Mm-hmm. Day 1, I think you should have 80 to 90% clean runs. And then day 2 is flipped, 50%
Which
dirty.
Is largely how, the percentages might be off a little bit, but that's really largely what happened here.
But yeah, day 1, good old fashioned, get out there, go fast, clean the track. And then day 2, you really got to look at it. You got a sense of what it's doing. And now you have to make a plan, where to check down, where to cut corners, where to do all this stuff and still clean. And that's the team aspect of the sport. And they made it a little bit harder day 2. I think. And I think, it's hard right now. If you have to compete against Colin Cook at all, you're going to have a tough day.
Yeah.
This kid's a beast.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, he's a beast. Not only is he a beast on skis, he is becoming a rather dangerous rider.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, him and Bam.
Yeah, so he is really starting to understand, I'm sure, how to communicate much more effectively.
Yeah, I'm sure like riding and skiing affects how you read the course, or just improves your skills there, you know?
So, yeah, I think... I mean, day 2 is just Colin Cook Day this year.
What else is new?
He just goes out there and smokes
and just
everyone. Yeah. Watching him eat rope,
unbelievable,
at Red Lodge is. I'm gonna have to post
the ferocity with which this man is just grabbing.
The
and
coolest thing about Red Lodge
fun.
is being able to shoot it start to finish. And I believe I have a clip of him starting at the knot and just climb.
Yeah, but at 10 times that speed,
and fighting that outside turn. For the Reds. I mean, I don't know how he holds on.
He's got great coordination too. You know, like we've watched a lot of silly clips that you've taken where people are kind of fumbling for a rope. But Colin, the speed at which his hands are moving and the fact that he just doesn't miss is crazy, honestly.
The boy doesn't miss. And watching him race this year, and I think
fun. Yeah.
Watching him ride this year is definitely increasing his ability to ski in some way. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's been really cool.
Yeah.
And
Josh, I like getting to know him better. And like he's just such a great guy, and his horse Love and
AKA Elvis.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, totally.
Love that team.
Yeah. Love the Montana people in general. They've been a lot of fun to talk to and get to know. But anyway, let's talk about results.
There we go.
So, as we were saying, in the pro division for the overall on the weekend.
Start at the pro. Why don't we start at snowboard and work our way up? Give these people something to wait for.
Who says snowboard's not exciting and important? Sorry. Well, I was just going in order of the but that's fine. No, man,
we'll start with snowboard, and then we'll go to
sport, and then
we'll end with the pro. We got to give these people something to hold on to.
All right. Stay tuned, folks. You never know who won the sport. You might never know.
Don't switch that channel.
Now I have the power of who I want to start with. Let's start with snowboard.
Oh my She coughs when she laughs, folks. It's going to be a long episode. Oh, here she goes.
Please cut this out. This is so embarrassing.
None of this is getting cut.
Oh my God. I'm sweating too. It's so hot in here. It's also like 70 degrees.
Well, that sun's coming up. You can see it in the shot. It's
now we're in crunch time. I'm freaking out. Okay. So snowboard. So in the snowboard division, the rider in the top 3 spots was Kurt Layton. Hell yeah, Kurt. Get it, Kurt.
What a snowboarder.
God.
Good heavens.
And his rider for the 1 and 2 spots was Lucas Garrett. His horse was Mater and Pipes. Congrats to them. I don't know if I ever clocked who Kurt Layton was. Was he the guy with the dark hair?
He had like black hair. I think with the flappy hat.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd never heard
struggle
Kurt
meeting like multiple new people and I mix them all up.
Yeah.
But dang, Kurt,
I think it was Kurt and Jacoby who did the switcheroo. Check the list. It's on the couch.
It's right here.
Oh,
you're right. Okay. Yeah.
I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
2 snowboarders who are like competing
incredible
against each other, but then they team up for switcheroo.
Yeah, also switcheroo on snowboard.
Jacoby on Ziggy.
Oh my goodness.
Ziggy is this gigantic gypsy vanner.
Yeah.
And Jacoby is new to horses. And a snowboarder. And that was fantastic. We also saw Ty Free on a horse this weekend. Shout out on Coco.
Yep.
23 years old.
The 20-something, yeah.
Yeah. A beautiful sight, honestly. Ty, great job.
Wonderful.
Just a quick shout out. Back into the results.
All right, back to the results. Let's talk about novice. So, are we doing 3 spots for novice?
We'll do whatever you want. You're holding the results.
Okay, I'm nervous now. I'm just going to talk about the number 1. I'm going to talk about the number 1 and the number 2 because they were...
Oh no. gonna be a long episode for these folks.
But you gotta cut this shit out.
Oh, not a chance.
I swore specifically so you could cut it out.
Yeah, I don't mind the cursing.
No, come on.
I have the power.
I don't know how this works.
Better be nice.
All right, so moving into the novice division, in the number 1 and number 2 spots, we had rider Cody Van Orden. Number 1 horse was Boomer, number 2 horse was Tank, and he was pulling both times Devin Vogel. Those must be Montana people because those are not names that I recognize. Yeah, no. Congrats.
And also, like Red Lodge, we've said this, but Red Lodge is not a novice track.
Yeah, it's because there's so much strategy, it's like, it's not for the faint of heart to be your first ever race.
Oh,
so
gosh.
yeah, credit to everybody who came here and
good job for them
racing the novice.
Yep.
Next we'll talk about sport.
Sport ended up being a jackpot one-day race because it got canceled day 1. So
because only half of the teams could run, so they just scratched it. So we have a lot of doubles here, but I'll start in the number 3. We had Haley Hodge riding Dakota, pulling Taylor McVeigh.
Great team.
And then in number 1 and number 2, we had Phoebe Alverson pulling Hetty Sieber. Horse was Ozzy for the number 1, Raven for the number 2. Love to see an all-women's team winning.
Love to see an all-women's team in the sport winning. Love watching Phoebe just ride in general.
Yep.
Dennis Alverson's daughter. And then Hetty, I've never met, but I've been photographing her race for 3 years, and I recognize her because of that race suit.
Yeah.
I have a great photo of her coming off a jump sideways behind Mike Miller at Big Sky 3 years ago, and that's when it all clicked for me. And every year I've seen her, I'm like, oh yeah, Hetty.
Yeah. Great work, everybody. Moving on to the Open. Not the Pro,
the Open.
Okay, so number 3 in the Open, we had race organizer Monica Plecker on her famous horse Moose Knuckle, pulling Malcolm Siemens, who we love so much. Malcolm had a really good weekend. He had a lot of pulls, and he ended up in all 4 of his pulls ended up in the top 10.
And I just love to see, he is a Colorado skijor racer, and I love to see those boys traveling the circuit, going up to new races with. That just means riders were calling him specifically, being like, hey, I need skiers at Red Lodge, and he is that caliber of skier, and to come in 3rd place your first year at Red Lodge, I think is awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Number 2, we had Kimber Cook on Badger. She was pulling Oliver Van Everen, who he was new to me this weekend. I think he might be friends with Malcolm, but he's awesome.
Yeah.
That kid rips.
Yeah, that kid, and then the name we're about to say were 2 skiers I just really met up here in Red Lodge, and yeah, my gosh.
Yeah.
Boys were skiing their asses off.
Yeah. They were doing a great job. But okay, so I loved this team. The number 1 team in the Open. Kevin, it's Free, right? Kevin Free? Or Froy? Whatever. Yeah. All that really matters is that the horse was Papa Top.
Papa Top.
This is like a monster. 13-hand absolute menace of a horse.
He really is. And the way he is ridden, the way he runs, everything about
Ty
it.
Free was referring to Papa Top as a mare,
incredible.
Which I didn't
even
really
better.
Attention, but
that would check out though.
Papa Top, love you.
Love that horse.
So much sass, so much fire. And the skier here was David Rizzolo, which was another kind of Montana name that other people were talking about, but I never
in the bright
clocked.
Shirt, just an absolute vibe of a human being.
Yeah,
loved him. He was so nice, great mustache.
Yeah, and a great skier.
And Rizzolo or Rizzolo, I kind of want it to be Rizzolo.
I like Rizzolo. It's not pasta.
You like Rizzolo?
Yeah,
I know it does sound right. Yeah, DM us Rizzolo. Rizzolo, whatever your name is. God bless. Great skiing out there.
Yeah, awesome work. All right, and now finally we're allowed to talk about the Pro.
Yes, the build-up. Who won it all? Hold on. I do want to first, before we say it, the reason winning the Pro or the top division in Red Lodge is so amazing is because you get your names inscribed on this trophy, which Josh Abbott had something great to say. He's like, the first few years probably didn't mean much. but now
Right.
like 40 years
As with
later,
anything historical like that, it doesn't mean anything when you start it, but then when it's still going on 50 years later,
and you
it means
can
something.
read this trophy.
Yeah,
and
we
you
have
go
pictures
all the
we
way back
we'll
to the
post,
70s.
but yeah.
It's amazing.
I love it. I wish more races would do that or like start doing that. I think it's so cool.
It's just really cool to see all those names, and when you win, you get your names inscribed into history really on this trophy. It's the only race who does it, and it's the rider and the skier, and the trophy itself is really cool. It's a rider and skier, and there's a rope, and it's great. Awesome.
I love that it's that written piece of history. Otherwise it's gone.
Yeah.
All right, so in the number 3 spot in the pro, we had Foster Kennedy, who is a new to us Montana skier.
A lot of new guys.
The horse was Levi, and there's a typo here, but based on Levi, I'm going to say it was Kevin Dursoff was the rider.
Okay.
Number 2, again, Foster Kennedy. He was pulled this time by Richard Weber on Lick 'em for Luck. And then obviously in the number 1 spot, we had Josh Abbott riding Elvis, pulling Colin Cook.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Just, incredible. And it takes 2 days, and that's where the experience for those guys comes in. Colin, again, we can't, talk about how amazing he's doing enough. He had such a great season. Driggs being a serious highlight, winning the sport buckle as a rider and the open buckle as a skier during the same race is incredible. And Josh Abbott, just all around great guy. Love the horse, Elvis. And they came out there and did what they needed to do and won it all. It was awesome.
And I believe this is, that's not true, because last year Kevin Dursoff won with Ty Free.
Yeah.
But this is not the first time this team has won in Red Lodge,
no,
as evidenced
this is
by
their
the
second
trophy, at least. Yeah.
Yeah, second time being in.
I don't know. We'll post the pictures. You guys can see for yourselves. Yeah.
And then another number we need to get is how many times this trio has won.
Yeah.
I mean, this trio is...
That trio being Colin, Josh, and Elvis.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just incredible. And watching Elvis start, watching Josh Abbott's appreciation for a good start, I love. Like, it's hard for me to even film it because I just want to watch it. And he takes so much time to get him backed up, and Colin just takes. And he starts 7 feet away and all the way to the knot and flies out of the start gate and climbs up 30 feet. I don't know. It's incredible.
Yeah. It's a team we've loved to watch all year, and it was nice to watch them win at the last race of the season. So go out on a good note.
It is so much fun. There were a few races you got to see, some of the best. Like, I loved when Richard, Lickham, and Jim were up against Josh, Colin, and Elvis. Like, that is just...
Yeah, Driggs was a good example.
Yeah, where skijoring is at right now, I mean, that is just one of the most fun teams to watch.
Yeah, like the most fun matchup to watch.
Matchups, yeah.
Totally.
Incredible. So...
Yeah.
We're signing off. No more buckle shows this year.
Yeah, it's going to be...
How do you feel?
75 degrees here this week. I'm excited to go outside.
Honestly, yeah. We're exhausted.
Excited to not drive.
Yeah.
For a minute.
Yeah. A lot of driving. There is talk
especially
about...
at the tail end of the season. It was just...
It gets to be a lot.
Back to back. It was a lot.
It gets to be a lot.
Yeah.
And... there's rumors and talks about one more show this season, like a full season recap. Stay tuned
we'll do
for that
for sure.
But we need a break, so give us like a week or two for that.
Yeah.
And then until then, we'll see you next year. We might do some shows during the summer.
We have a lot of really fun ideas, like people we want to see, things we want to do for the summer, some travel we want to do. We would love to kind of like keep the skijor community aspect of this show going through the summer. But stay tuned and see how much of it happens.
If you want to host us.
Yeah, if you want to host us, give us a call. We'll come visit you.
DM us.
Just DM us. That's the answer to it all.
Get the 19D show in your house this summer and riding your horses.
Lucky you.
All right. Well, hell of a season. See you next year.
Toodaloo.